So I'm your host. I am Nikki G. Nikki says YOLO. And thank you so much for tuning in. We are at 7 p.m. giving you Black cultural news right here within South Florida. Now, I want to start the show by saying that over the weekend, I had such a great time. I had the privilege to represent MIA Magazine at the CatWalk for Charity, Angels of Humanity. And the recipient for that event was Garcelle DeVay. Now, the event was really spectacular. I love fashion. I love to dress up. I love the whole ambiance. And I was also able to jump into the wonderful Jill Tracy and also makeup artist Rory Lee. Now, I did speak to Rory Lee a few interviews back, and I was able to see her in person for the first time at this event. So it was really memorable. It was a great cause. And CatWalk for Charity, the mission is to bring awareness and to raise funding to support the impoverished children in Haiti. So it's a great cause. And also Calvin Hughes from WPLG Channel 10 was the actual host. So it was a great event. And Aaliyah, go ahead and drop the video of the highlights. I want you to love me like I'm a hot guy. Be thinking of me, doing what you like. And there's a crew right there. So, it was a great event. It's an annual event. And if you want to support, go ahead and visit CatWalk for Charity. Now, Garcelle DeVay, she was their recipient for the humanitarian award. And I really, really wanted to have a conversation with her. I had one question. And, of course, she's a celebrity. If you don't know who Garcelle is, she's an actress, supermodel. She's an activist. She's an advocate. And she's extremely popular. And I think the plus about Garcelle is that not only is she a Black woman, but she's of Haitian descent. So she was born in Haiti. So, of course, Humanities for Angel is really dear and near to her heart because her mission is to increase awareness, to kind of just reach out to the community to help with the Haitian community, especially Haitian children. So I wanted to ask her one question. Now, the audio, it's a little bit kind of low, but my question to her was this. Given your status, given that you are Haitian born, you are a Black woman, and given the perception of the Haitian community, and given just how they're perceived in the community, what would you say to the community, especially Haitian women? And Aaliyah, go ahead and drop. Oh, wait, before you drop it, wait. So again, my mission was to reach out to her and ask her this one question. And of course, she has her entourage around her. And she was in the middle of leaving to head to the airport. So I literally had to walk with her to the elevator. And I feel so really appreciated because she actually stopped. Y'all, she stopped to answer this one question. Okay, Aaliyah, go ahead and drop it. What would you tell the Haitian community, especially women who are Haitian?
We have so much to give, and people have to, have value with that. We have so much value. We have so much culture. We have so much strength and beauty that we have to remember that.
We have to. And the first country to get independence.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Sandra. Thank you. Garcelle, thank you so much. Thank you for that message. And please continue to inspire and uplift and to continue to help the Haitian community, especially the children. So thank you so much again. Guys, if you want to donate and contribute, visit CatWalk for Charity and MIA Magazine. We were in the building and we're just so happy to support. Now, a word from our sponsors. So this show is brought to you by the SWA Solid Waste Authority of Palm Beach County and the AARP. It's also brought to you by the African American Black Alzheimer's Disease Initiative at the John P. Hussman Institute for Human Genomics, University of Miami Miller School of Medicine. If you are someone that is experiencing loss of memory or memory problems, or if you know someone who has those problems, please contact the research team for more info at 877-686-6444. Again, the number is 877-686-6444. Now, we have two special guests tonight. I'll be speaking to Elijah Wells. He is the founder of the iGenFilmFestival. And also, I'm really excited because on Saturday, I'll be co-hosting The Revolution with CatWalk Pros. So you don't want to miss it. Now, on to my first co-host. She is our board-certified psychiatrist and also the host of the Brain Love podcast, Ms. Dr. Delvina. Happy Hump Wednesday.
Hey, Nicky, happy Hump Wednesday. Are you ready to take the couch?
I'm ready.
All right, man. So I got a couple of tidbits for the ladies. This is all about empowerment of women. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. The last couple of weeks I've been talking about relationships, traumas, red flags, things to avoid. We even mentioned childhood traumas during the last video last week, if people can recall. And so I just want to mention to the ladies not to settle for less. I was on the phone with, she's anonymous, with a caller who contacted me about her current fiance. And, she really was kind of in a pickle. She didn't know what to do about the relationship. She didn't know what to do because this guy conceived 2 children outside of their relationship with another woman.
What?
While they were together.
Okay, continue.
Yes, ma'am. And so why am I talking about it? Well, I'm talking about this because when I think about domestic violence awareness, they live together. Domestic violence can include all types of different traumas. It can include physical trauma, emotional, verbal. All of those things, sexual, are included. Being forced to do something in the bedroom you don't want to do, or you prefer not to do, or you said no to. So domestic violence is not always necessarily the picture that we paint for it. Now, she may not be in a situation where he's physically abusing her, but emotionally, this girl is abused. She has told him that she's not really digging the relationship anymore. They continue to live together. So I'm going to try to empower her to move forward so that she can create an out, and she'll be able to exit this relationship, and she can spend some time, take some time to be on her own, get to know who she is, and also, just work on her own self-confidence. So I think in a lot of these situations, the self-confidence, the self-esteem, the lack of those things, and what we may have seen growing up as young girls and young women, those things may play into why we allow ourselves to stay in these types of situations.
Right. Can I interject? I don't know if you were
Please,
done. Okay.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I watch Fatal Attraction on TV1. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Very.
Yeah. So a lot of those cases, the majority they're women who they're harmed, and then their partner end up killing them.
Yeah.
And every series I watch, it's based on domestic violence. Like, there are red flags by the women that tend to stay, and then the outcome, it's not a pretty outcome. So it's like red flags. And the crazy thing is, on Instagram right now, red flags are kind of trending. So you have to look out for those red flags. Get yourself out of it as soon as you possibly can. So Fatal Attractions, they are definitely teaching me and show me red flags. And if it happens to me, boy, bye, time to exit. So thank you for that.
Yeah. And, exit in the beginning. Don't become so invested emotionally or financially, start sharing an apartment, sharing an account together, sharing a business. Don't tie yourself to the guy, because what happens is this. He wants you to be intermingled with him. He wants you to be entwined. He wants you to be entangled, as Jada Smith once said, but in a different way. He wants you to be entangled with him because it makes it harder for you to leave. Who wants to start over? But to all the ladies out there, I'm telling you, you can do it. I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, whatever your age, you can always start over. You do not have to stay in a situation that's full of trauma, full of abuse, that, where someone is belittling you or talking down to you, demeaning you on a consistent basis, or just stressing you. Relationships should not feel like stress. It shouldn't feel like you have to contemplate over and over whether you want to be with this person.
So, okay, let me ask you this. Would you consider verbal and physical maybe a different level? What if it's verbal abuse?
No, they're not different levels. Obviously, the severity can differ, because physical is physical. It's something that's being done to you that can cause things like busted lips, headaches, concussions, loss of losing awareness, losing consciousness, things like that, breaking legs, knocking out teeth. So those are physical, but verbal and emotional can sting just as badly. Verbal and emotional can sting and hurt just as much as someone hurts from a physical trauma. So no, let's not minimize the emotional and the verbal stuff. Calling you, out of your name, using profanity, cursing at you all the time, telling you you're just like your mother, or you're just like your father, or that's why your father wasn't in your life, because you're this, you're not that, or whatever. Things like that, you don't deserve it, ladies. So get out of that relationship quick, fast, and in a hurry. So I hope that helps someone. I hope it empowered you. If you need to reach out to anyone to help you leave that relationship, contact Women in Distress. There are other organizations as well, but Women in Distress is a large organization. It's here in Broward County. It's in Fort Lauderdale. They have a 24-hour crisis line, which I'm trying to bring up right now. It's 954-761-1133. So I just wanted to remind folks, we got to think about domestic violence, domestic awareness, domestic violence awareness on a consistent basis, not just in October. Just like October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we got to think about cancer awareness, not just breast cancer awareness, but we need to eat healthy, be healthy, exercise, drink our water, stop with the processed foods, and know our bodies and go to the doctor. We have to do that on a consistent basis. And I want to give a shout out to Super Cindy, Super Kids on yesterday with Kodak Black. They came together, had a very nice event for some women who have been diagnosed with different cancers. Those women received $500 each cash, a journal signed by Kodak Black, and also a nice wig. So that's all I got for you.
That's awesome. All right. And ladies, watch out for them red flags.
That's right.
Red flags. Okay.
Brain love.
Brain love. All right. Wait. And of course, your Bantu knots. Hello. You're rocking the Bantu knots. Okay, queen. Okay. We'll see you next week.
All right. Peace.
Peace out. And now on to my next co-host. She is always doing it for the culture right here within South Florida. It's near and dear to her heart, and she's always educating us. So, Miss Carla Hill, what is on the culture list tonight?
You are so kind, Nikki. Yes, culture is near and dear to my heart. I have a very exciting concert with an ensemble that I just adore. I want you to think, this week, I want you to think about classical music. What does that mean to you? Do you automatically get an image like the one on screen? Well, that's not a bad thing, because this is a picture of Joseph Boulogne. He was also known as the Chevalier de Saint George, also known as the Black Mozart. He was born in Guadeloupe and taken to France by his slave owner father. And he was a contemporary of Mozart, and he wrote countless symphonies, sonatas, concertos, operas. He was a violin virtuoso and conducted one of Europe's greatest orchestras. But I want to really get to know and see if you associate any of these artists with classical music. Like, do you think about Anthony Hamilton, Angelique Kidjo, Prince, Reverend Run, or Wyclef Jean? Probably not. But I want to tell you right here in South Florida, there is a fantastic ensemble that goes by the name of New Deco Ensemble. And they are reimagining a vision of what an orchestra can achieve in the 21st century. Created by two of classical music's most in-demand artists, Giacomo Bairos and Sam Hyken, New Deco Ensemble is a flexible and innovative hybrid orchestra that celebrates living composers and reimagines all genres of music and collaborates with a wider range of diverse musical guests, composers, choreographers, dancers, and mixed media artists. All of the artists that I mentioned that we don't usually associate with classical music are artists that they've either paid tribute to, like Prince, or they've had as guests right here in Miami. The Wyclef Jean concert was amazing. Imagine a classical orchestra reimagining some of his hits. It was just beautiful. One important thing for me about New Deco is that they have a true commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Music and their performances are a place where artists and our community members from different ethnic, social, and cultural backgrounds can come together for transformative, enriching, and inspiring moments. They work with students all over South Florida. They really mean what they say about introducing this genre to all folks from all over our community. It's a shared space for everyone to be in fellowship of music. New Deco Ensemble makes their return to live in-person performances at North Beach Band Shell. Now, I mentioned Anthony Hamilton. If y'all don't get tickets to this, I don't know what to tell you. They're going to feature, this is going to happen on Friday, November 5th at 8:30 at the North Beach Band Shell right off of Collins Avenue. There will be, as I mentioned, the 17-time Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter and producer, Anthony Hamilton. This concert will also include other new works by living artists that are making collaborations with New Deco, and there will be a symphonic reimagination of the music of the Isley Brothers. Can you just imagine, first of all, hearing Anthony Hamilton's some of his hits with New Deco Ensemble, and then a classical orchestration of the Isley Brothers? I can't say enough about the excellence of New Deco and their commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and their commitment to showing the many voices that make up the classics. Go to nu-deco.org to get your tickets for the Friday, November 5th, Anthony Hamilton concert with New Deco Ensemble. Prices start at only $60. If you haven't gone to a performance at the North Beach Band Shell, it is so special, and New Deco really makes it great. I urge you, get into some classical music in a different way. And I hope that you will get in touch with me, DM me, and let me know how you enjoyed the concert.
And it's also like an outdoor venue as well, right?
It is an outdoor venue. That's a great point, Nikki. So when I've gone to New Deco performances at the North Beach Band Shell, they do ask you to, you wear it as you go in, you wear your mask as you go in, but it is spread out. And in South Florida, we are allowed to not have masks on outside. The weather is going to be beautiful. It's getting better. I mean, we're still sort of in hurricane season land, but the weather is going to be beautiful. And when I tell you, it is just magical.
Okay, so is it safe for me to say that it's like classical urban fusion or classical urban fusion?
They've had Robert Glasper. Like I said, they've had Wyclef Jean. They did a whole Prince Purple Rain suite that, and you know, I'm a super duper Prince fan. What they do is also important part is to let people know that classical music, like jazz, is a classical music. That is a music that was invented here in the United States of America. So we have to see that as part of the fabric of our country. And that is classical music. There are classics in jazz, you know what I'm saying? And then now with hip hop hip hop will become this classical genre. The stuff that we listen to as kids are going to be studied later on, right? As things progress in the
Right.
arts. So what they're doing is so ahead of their time. And the artists that they've even done one with a gospel choir, a local gospel choir that was fantastic. I can't talk enough about New Deco. Please support them and enjoy Anthony Hamilton. I hope you go because his voice is powerful. So just imagine that with an ensemble.
Awesome. Very exciting. All right, Miss Carla Hill, thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
See you next time.
Bye. And now on to my next co-host. He is the host on Taste the Islands on American Public Television. He's also a personal and private chef and just a burst of energy, Chef Irie. Happy Hump Wednesday.
Well, happy Hump Wednesday to you, darling. How are you?
Darling, I'm quite fine, darling.
Yes. Oh goodness. So because we're all family here, so transparency. I'm just coming. We gonna vibe just for a little bit because I didn't have any prepared slides and all that good stuff. But I am prepared to talk about a food holiday that's coming up. Not this weekend. I'm not a big Halloween dude. I never got into the whole food stuff for Halloween and spooky fingers and googly eyeballs and soups and stuff like that. But if you're a chef and you're out there doing that for your clients, big ups to you. Big ups to you. So I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving, and I have to start looking forward to Thanksgiving for a lot of for several reasons. Food, yes. So to just to let everybody know, though, I hope that you guys are thinking about Thanksgiving. And this is what I want to talk about. Thinking about one: are you going to meet with family and friends in Thanksgiving? Are you going to cook for Thanksgiving? And if you are going to cook, how many people are you going to cook for? And do you have an idea, sort of, what it is that you think you may want to cook? So those are some of the things that you should be thinking about right about now. Not the week before, not 2 days before, right now. All right. So of course, as we all can see, um, things are a little pricey in the markets these days. So if you're looking to either cook or have your Thanksgiving catered, be prepared to spend a little more than you have spent in the past, even spent last year. So there is a lot of things that have gone up: poultry, dairy, everything that we know dear and hold dear to Thanksgiving to make all our Thanksgiving foods yummy and delicious. Turkeys are up. Yes, so if you are, the price of turkeys are up. So if you've been in the store and you know what I'm talking about, Nicky, everything is just gone sky high. So, and of course, a lot of people have been over the years opting to go to restaurants for Thanksgiving. One, because they don't want to cook, they don't want to cook and clean up. And after they cook, they're like, oh, but of course, the best thing about any Thanksgiving or any holiday cooking is always the leftovers, right? Yes. So hopefully we'll be able to have some recipes, to do that. So real quickly, make sure you're know exactly what you want to do, when you want to do it, and how many people you're going to do it for. Start preparing a list of things you'll need outside of food, and then start thinking of the food list, a menu. Start thinking of a menu, and then start to think to put that menu together, and then comprise your shopping list. I would say the week before, or even 2 weeks before, start gathering most of that stuff. You don't necessarily have to get everything all at once, but start getting everything together. But make that list. It is very important. Make that list. Prioritize as to what you want done first in terms of shopping. And then when you start to cook, please prioritize what you want to cook first, okay, and which days you're going to do it, as opposed to trying to do everything on Thanksgiving Day. Pretty much what's going to happen, you're going to cook everything on Thanksgiving Day. You may not even reach, by dinner time pass and gone, and you don't even finish yet. The turkey halfway done, the dressing not made, the cranberry sauce but up, you know. You have to call Aunt Eyes and Aunt Eyes close because they enjoy their family, no curry goat. Yes, you know what I'm saying? So, and you have your people in your living room waiting for dinner and them starving belly, white squalor bite. Yes. So these are some of the things we must be thinking of. One of the other things that Thanksgiving is important to me is that it's also a time that for my foundation, my Chef Iris Food and Fire Foundation, we do I don't want to call it a drive because it's not really a drive. So what we do donations, food distribution for single mothers in need. And so we've started a process, collecting, funds, hitting back our sponsors from last year. I want to big up, right now, and I'll continue to do that. Our big sponsors from last year: Grace Foods, Broward Meat and Fish, yes, BDC, yes. These are people who have contributed. Milam's Food, they've contributed over the years, and we've been able to provide meals for Thanksgiving. Usually we do it like the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So they come, you get your turkey, you get everything else, that's in the, stuffing, dressing, ham, other provisions, rice, whatever it is, you get groceries for single mother. And so it has to be single mothers in need. Not just, okay, I'm single, yeah, I'm good. No. I want people who are really in need to benefit from this. No, I did not grow up with a single mother. I grew up with a mother and father and all that good stuff. But as you here in this country, a lot of people have needs, and I see people are always saying the media tries to blow the single mom thing out of proportion and blah 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 blah. But guess what? There are single mothers who are definitely in some serious need, and I think it's incumbent on us to help as much as we can, any way that we can.
So I have a question. So where is it located? Where can for your foundation and moms in needs?
So my foundation is listed under Miami Foundation, and I will send some links, that we could probably donate to that, and the distribution is going to be in Broward, I think at the Y in I'll give you the information to that. So okay. next show for sure. But it's definitely going to be on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and usually it's done around in the afternoon. So anybody wants to help volunteer to help put the stuff together when we get it and hand it out, DM me, on social media. And before I go, real quickly, last week you had your guest on Pam and Carla was talking about the Hermine box, and I had every intention to loud up Pam and Trudy because I've known them for quite a number of years, and they are uber really good people. And I think the Hermine, and if you understand what the Hermine box represents, it's not just it's everything that they said it was, but there is a cool story behind the Hermine box. And I think for people who are supporting, small Black-owned business, and pretty soon they will not be small anymore, but everybody has a start. Please support the HermineBox.com, and get some stuff for your ladies, for people, get them fragrant that smell. Yeah, and those wonderful sayings that are typed. Yes, everybody needs some love.
Yeah, and it's also a really good holiday gift idea as well with the box.
It is. Yes, it is. Their whole mantra is, the support of women. So if you're someone who is big into support of women, support the Hermine box, and big ups to Pam and Trudy.
All right, well, Chef, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I guess we're gonna do our little toast right here. What are we gonna do?
Yes, salute. Yes. We
Move
can
on,
enjoy me this Friday morning, the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. Yeah. Hey, 9:40, 9:45, baby. Hey.
All right, Chef. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. And now, okay, so on to our first featured guest. His name is Elijah Wells, and he's a founder of the iGen Film Festival. So, Elijah, thank you so much. One of our featured guests tonight. How's it going?
Pretty good. Can't complain. How's you doing?
You know, I can't complain. Every day above ground is a good day.
Facts.
Yes. So let's get right into it. So tell us about the iGen Film Festival.
Yes. So the iGen Film Festival is a youth-based film festival. This is our 6th year doing it in historical Overtown at the Historical Lyric Theater. And basically, I started this film festival to give, young people from 10 years old to 25 just a platform and the voice, to feel like they're being heard when it comes to being a filmmaker, a director, writer, producer, actor, crafter, somebody just holding the boom, somebody just taking paperwork, whatever the case may be, and these kids have so many different, creativity when it comes to storytelling, but not that platform to show it. So I definitely wanted to do that. And we've been doing it for 6 years so far and going strong. So.
Are you an actor?
I am an actor. Yeah, I started doing theater. But behind the cameras is where I belong. But a lot of people was like, no, go do camera, do acting. I'm like, we'll see.
Camera. Yeah. All right. So you're a thespian.
Yes, I am. I am a thespian. This is true.
So am I, darling. So am I. Okay. Okay. So what can we expect? Okay, so it's the 6th annual iGen Film Festival. So what can we expect, and how can we get more information about it?
So you're gonna expect, when it comes to film screenings on short documentaries, short films, and also short webs. We also have panel discussions when it comes to indie and pro, to give kids the idea of how the 2 different routes. If you're gonna go a pro route, which is more professional, you go to film school, then you get into become a SAG, and then you go with a film company, or you can go independent. You can, not go to film school. You can start your own company, be an independent production, just start hopping on different sets, and then you go that way. So we also have a panel on the next generation. So it's called Next Gen, and we have 2 parts to that. So it's just basically young kids that are basically the next generation of filmmakers, storytellers, and we have these young kids that are, I will say, are going to take my job pretty soon, because there's some trailblazers out here. And then we have our ambassador, which is Charity Joy, which is going to do a talk back to her. And then we have our masterclass with directing, where he's Antoine Smith, where he does a lot of music videos and movies, where he's going to break down the key elements to be a director. And then, like I said, right there, the panel discussion with Next Gen. And we also have our lovely Women Behind the Lens panel, which each year everybody loves that, because, my mom loved her. So, she always supported me throughout my whole career. My father was in my life as well. But I definitely wanted to give, my homage to my moms and all the moms that do have to sacrifice, stopping their jobs or sacrificing their own lives, to give their kids that platform. So we have our Women Behind the Lens, and also our Momagers panel, which is another panel which everybody loves, because, again, you have these parents, and especially these mothers, that literally leave their jobs, leave their other lives that they try to create just so their kids can live their dreams and be successful. And 9 times out of the 10, these parents, eat the fruit of their child's labor and all the love that they give their child. So I definitely want to give them that homage and give them that platform. So it's a packed 3 days worth of events, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
And it's literally this weekend. So it starts.
Yes, it's this weekend.
Friday.
It's this Friday. Yes, this Friday,
Yeah.
October 29th. It's the Real Youth Day. But tomorrow, technically, it kicks off tomorrow. So tomorrow is our reception, our sponsors reception at the Historic Lyric Theater. So that's just giving thanks to all our sponsors that, been rocking with us for 6+ years. And then the sponsors that jumped on in the last 2-3 years. So, we couldn't, give these kids, these knowledge, or give these kids this experience that they usually won't never have in their lifetime without our sponsors. So, you got to give a shout out to them. Definitely.
Of course. Well, very
Yeah.
exciting, and congrats on the
Thank you.
6th annual iGen
Yes.
Film Festival.
Cheers.
So, wow, thank you so much. And
Thank you,
again,
Nicky.
we can visit your IG page. It's iGen Film Festival on Instagram.
Yes,
we're able
on
to find-
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and then you can also go to the website iGenFilmFestival.com, and you can find all the information. And also, this is a free event. Remember, guys, everything is free. Yes, for free.
Right.
And yeah, we all love free. So that's one thing that I thank these sponsors, because if we didn't have sponsors, we couldn't make this event free for everybody to enjoy. Masterclasses on directing and writing and producing and acting for film. So I'm giving you guys the big top dogs for free. All right.
Awesome. Elijah, thank you so much.
you.
Enjoy your
Appreciate
Wednesday night. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Same to you.
And now on to my next 2 featured guests. Now I'm really excited because, I love fashion. I actually did study fashion. I know how to sew, crochet, all that stuff. And this weekend on Saturday, I'll be co-hosting CatWalk Pro's The Revolution Masquerade and Fashion Event. So Vernet, and it's Pegues, Knowles, and also Sandra Ward St. Vernet, you shook your head. Did I pronounce it wrong? It's Pegues.
Pegues.
Ah, my God. Okay, I was close. Right. So much for being our guest tonight. And I'm so excited to be co-hosting.
We're excited too.
The Revolution. Okay.
We are a revolution.
Yes.
Now tell us a little about your catwalk backgrounds. Because I know, as far as I know, you're both like supermodels. You're like 7 feet tall. The whole model look and everything. So, okay, tell us a little about your whole runway catwalk, background.
Well, I was involved in the fashion industry for over, I'll say 15 years. I was blessed to have a long career. In 2009, I started CatWalk Pros in Los Angeles, California. And we started a boot camp for kids, for teenagers. Most of my friends in LA are celebrities. So the kids that would come to the boot camps were their kids. And we teach them about social etiquette, table etiquette, how to interact with each other, how to walk on the runway. Most of these kids were very shy when they first came to our boot camps. They're behind the shadows of their parents because the parents are, famous celebrities. And it was amazing to see the change from the first time they came to the boot camp until the boot camp was over, how they blossom into their own self. So that's the reason why when I moved to Miami in 2012, wanted to do the same thing. And we also wanted to start a production company doing fashion shows for designers or companies that were looking for a fashion segment within their event. And I partner here with my business partner in crime and friend for ever. We met at a casting years ago because we both were modeling, doing the runway thing. And since 2012, we train, we coach, we mentor these girls from 16 years old. We teach them about the business. We guide them. When we were working, we didn't have anybody to do that for us. Right. So we feel that is part of our.
And I'll intervene. Actually, my mom sent me to a modeling school, and I think I was the only one person of color at that school at the time. And my mom didn't feel like they did a good job, so she sent me back. She said, "You're going to do this for her again." So my mom was insistent because she knew that's what I loved. She knew I love fashion. My mom sewed. She was one of those people like you. She was a seamstress, and she made all my clothes, and all my clothes outside of my school uniform were always special. Yes. So I had that craving for more fashion. When I was here, we had team boards back in those days, and I would be a team board member for the big department stores. So I was really involved with fashion. And then when Sandra got here, we met on the casting, and and we gelled, and we've been business partners ever since. So now we've got these great things going on. We do model classes for girls and guys. If whoever wants to learn to walk the catwalk, and that's why we're the CatWalk pros. We are professional. We both model internationally. So we have what it takes to give back to those people.
Did you grace like the runway Pegues, like runway, or like, I don't know, like you said, internationally? So like,
all top designers, Yves Saint Laurent, you know, Donna Karen, Oscar de la Renta.
Was my favorite. Yes, Bill Blass back in the day. I mean, I've been to
back in Mishka. I traveled to Paris, Milan, Japan, China. We work all the circuit.
We work the circuits.
Runway model, I did,
Yeah, runway models have a different life. A lot of people don't know about it. There are lots of runway models that work year round because the seasons go around the globe. Different season, like there's runway, there's Fashion Week Paris, there's Fashion Week New York, Milan. There's Milan, there's Tokyo, there's Fashion Weeks all the way around the globe. So a lot of women that are doing runway modeling, you can survive. It's a career. And you may not be a supermodel. Everybody might not know your name, but you can be in an industry that you enjoy, that you love, and you can blossom there, and you can have a great thriving career, and it's exciting.
You feel like you know, being on stage is happening right there and then. So you feel like you're like a rock star. You know, people are clapping, love what they're seeing. You know, so the experience is
amazing. I had a designer that took me under wing. From Miami. I was working at one of the big stores, and he said to me, whenever you come to Paris, you look me up, you come. And I was like, really? And that was my first invitation to Paris. And when I got there, I called him, and he was like, Vernet. And you know, we're so excited. And I mean, he booked me right away. I did shows, I did his showroom, and I lived in Paris, and it was great.
Good experience. So now fast forward, so the launch is happening soon, literally like in 3 days.
In 3 days,
And okay, it's the revolution. It's
the revolution. The revolution.
Yes.
So tell us more about it. What can we expect?
Yeah, it's on Saturday. We decided to open the agency this year. After the pandemic, we kind of revisit what we were doing, branding models, teaching them how to walk, helping them with their photos, all the things that we were doing, and we would give them away to other agencies. And we thought about it and said, why we're not an agency ourselves when we could provide all these things? Because we believe that beauty comes in all colors, shapes, and sizes. A lot of beautiful talent in Miami and don't have representation. So we think that we could make our own lane, you know? A lot of times when these girls go to agencies or they go to castings, you're not tall enough. You're not skinny enough. You know, we have girls that look like you already, you know? So we're trying to make our agency more so as a family. Most agencies here don't prepare models anymore. You have to come with your book ready. You have to know how to walk, and you have to know how to pose in front of a camera, and you have to have thousands of followers for them to even consider you up.
Right.
So CatWalk Pros is a different type of venture. We want to be able to build these girls and be like if a client need us, we need models for a show, we have the models. They're ready to go, they know how to walk. We put the show together because we also are a production company. So
so we produce the fashion show. So on Saturday night, you get to see what we produce with new talent, and our talent also encompasses others other than models. We have singers, we have dancers. We're launching young people's careers. So we and we're so proud to have you and Jill Tracy as our hostesses.
I'm so excited.
MCs tonight. So we're bringing that industry. We've invited everyone we know from the industry to come so they can see
The talent that we have.
the talent we have and see what we're doing. And like we say, we're tired of those agencies that only have a couple of people of color or diversity, because we've got all kind of models too. We've got Indian girl, we've got some
Latina.
People of different backgrounds, different ethnicities, shades, sizes, texture, everything.
This texture, there you got it.
Yes.
So they're all so beautiful to us. This is our passion. You know, after living this life, we want to let other people know that they can do it too.
And the fashion industry is so, so big. I mean, we all have to dress to get up in the morning. You put on your pajamas, you go to bed, you wake up, you get ready for work. Fashion is part of everyone,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So, we inspire these young ladies and young men. They might not become supermodels or major actors, but whatever path they picked in their life, whatever they learn with us, they'll take it with them. You know what I mean?
Photographers, we got photographers, videographers, all these people make a fashion show.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, you see Riri's new video and all those people behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Prime, her fashion show. Yeah. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
That's a fashion show. Yeah.
So tell them about.
So now, as far as the event, so the event's on Saturday. Okay, so
The
it's
event
a
is Saturday.
masquerade. It's a masquerade.
It's
So
a
you have to have-
masquerade.
Yes,
Bring
you
your
have to have-
mask. We want you to wear your mask. Come on in with your mask. We have
70s inspired.
Yeah, it's 70s inspired. If you want to dress up in a funky 70s look,
with the masquerade.
yes, for the masquerade. Yeah, so
I can do that. Okay.
you can do that. We want you to come out. We have fun. We'll be at the historic Hampton House. We basically rented the whole venue, so we're gonna have a live party outside in the courtyard there, outside,
Vendors.
and with vendors selling their fashionable things.
Yes.
And, we're also gonna have food. We have specialty food, and we have some specialty drinks. We even have the Revolution cocktail. We have a couple of special cocktails for our guests, and then of course the fashion show inside. What is the
Okay, looking forward.
yes.
So there's like, okay, so as far as tickets, how can we purchase tickets? Where can we go to purchase tickets?
Eventbrite has our tickets, or you can come to www.CatWalkProsModelManagement.com and you can get a link to get tickets.
Our IG page, CatWalk Pros, is in the bio. You can find the ticket link.
Yes, it's also in my bio as well, y'all. So if you want to purchase tickets, visit my page as well. Go to my bio, and it's right there. Just click the link, and you can purchase your tickets.
It's going to be a night of art, fashion, entertainment. We're going to party, dance, after party. After the event, we have an after party. So we're excited about this is a launch. This is a party.
It's a launch.
Ready to have a great time.
Solution. Okay. All right.
And we've got designers. Our designers are special people too, from our community, from the Black and Latina community. Yes.
And we have 3 honorees. So we have Beth Sobel, Eric Knowles, and also Connie K. Kennard. So
right.
This is very exciting. Well, thank you so much. I'm excited. I can't wait. I feel so honored co-hosting, and I feel so honored to be a part of this revolution and the actual inaugural launch. So thank you so much for the opportunity. I'll be seeing y'all soon. And
Yes. Thank you for having us. It was such a pleasure being here. Thank you.
It was a pleasure. Thank you, ladies. I'll see you on Saturday.
See you Saturday. Hey.
I'm kind of upset I'm not rocking my fro, because my fro would have went really good with the whole theme.
I know.
I'll make it work.
Whatever you do, darling, goes good with the whole scene.
Well, thank you so much, Sandra and Vernet. And yeah, and we'll see you on Saturday.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And everyone, don't forget, we have a couple of shows with MIA Magazine and Legacy. So please watch our MIA Media Group shows. And they are as follows. Mondays, The Business of Black Business at 1 p.m. with Jay Reynolds. Tuesdays, My Money, Your Money at 7 p.m. with Bridget Lumpkins. Wednesday, your girl, So at 7 o'clock with me, Nikki G. Nikki Says YOLO. Thursdays is Lunch with Legacy Leaders at noon, 12 noon with Anne-Marie Sorrell. And Flavor of South Florida at 7 p.m. with none other than Chef Irie. So everyone, thank you so much for being our guest, our featured audience, virtual guests tonight. Don't forget CatWalk Pros, their tickets. It's on sale right now. The event's on Saturday. And also the iGenFilmFestival also takes place this weekend as well. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.